Hello, everyone. We're live. How are you all today? Jasper says a big hi, and hello to our beautiful Nick. How are you, Nick?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Marie. I'm well, thank you. And yourself?
Fabulous. It's such the most perfect day here. We've had wind and rain, and I've had to empty the pool like with all the water. And so today I just woke up and looked outside and went beach. So I'm going to go for a beautiful walk and hopefully a swim at the beach today. I'm really looking forward to it. So
Likewise.
what have you been up to?
Well, we've had the same hit of rain on the whole coast of our state and your state as well. A lot of rain, and actually things are just looking remarkable right now because of it. Nothing beats real rain. Things are really parched as well. So I don't know. I feel like it's all connected to how we're feeling as well. I mean, and I had this dream last night, which was all based around that emotional feeling because there was water involved, and it was quite powerful. And I thought, yeah, it's just interesting, isn't it? As they say, so within as without. We're all connected to, Gaia and whatever she does, we feel, and we just have to learn to go with the flow or be in flow with it.
I love that. It's so true. And it was interesting because Angel Laurie's dream, she sent in, even though it didn't have a lot to do with water, to me what still came through was it was to do with an emotional aspect. So, yeah. So, hi, Marie. Hi, Christine. So nice to see you guys.
Hello.
So just get rid of my emails so they don't pop up. So look, and I was watching this series last night, and normally I'm like, oh, this is just fake, but I actually got emotional with a certain scenario, and I went, oh, this is interesting. And I always take note to see, well, what in me needed to be triggered to be released.
What was that?
So I was watching a series, and I found I'm usually fine. I just go, oh, it's just a series. It's just a soapy, it's not real. But I actually ended up feeling emotional when there was a certain aspect. So I went, oh, there's still stuff coming up. And I think it's always going to be like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. So I know. So it's interesting. So how's everyone feeling? Tell us. So Christine, so you've had a bit of a wipeout, honey.
Is that from, you said 4 huge days, so were you doing things, being productive, or just 4 huge days where sometimes I just feel like I'm wiped out and I can't be doing anything?
Yeah, so have you been doing a course let us know. So tell us how you've all been feeling, and even energetically, how you've been feeling. Like this morning when I was doing my sunning, I was like, oh, I just felt so nurtured. The energy to me coming through from that great central sun from the core. To me, that was like really, I don't know, just felt nurturing. Yeah, it was just like, oh, this is what I needed. I think because we haven't seen it for a couple of days. That's probably why.
Yeah.
So Christine, you've had some time with Dr. Espen. Yeah, I've my friend gifted me a weekend with him, so that's awesome. So and now Christina's on. And how's William? It's so nice to see you. Yeah, but so it's been, I don't know, I feel like there's something shifting on another level. I don't know how everyone else has been feeling about that, but it just feels like things are starting to quicken is what I'm getting. So yeah, what's your feeling on that, Nick?
Yeah, and I'm picking it up from the general population as well.
Yes.
Just very subtle things, but there's definitely movement, and it's so clever the way it all unfolds, isn't it? It's just like our egos were expecting, or things to happen so quickly and move quickly. It's like because we had this inner knowing, but of course we know the best way is to do it like nature does it in its own time.
Yes, it just perfectly unfolds in divine timing, doesn't it? So, and I feel in a way that's helped to make it less traumatic. It feels like, oh, this makes sense. This is it. If this has to happen, these changes in our reality, then it makes sense. So, oh my God, and guess what? I just pulled some cards on it. So to me, that's a yes to how the action's been taking place and what's been going on. And that one wanted to come up next to it, which is Ten of Cups, which is beautiful. Right. This to me is the most beautiful emotional completion and like the pinnacle for us. So they're really positive cards to get when we were talking about our reality and changes that may very well be going on. So yeah. So and Marie, she's have a
earlier in the week, driving on highways, ears open wide, car and earth seem to move. No way to pull over, just breathe through. Oh yeah.
Wow. And this is the other thing too. It's like it's almost like we're riding on this wave of energy. And it's like when you're surfing, but there's no land, you just got to keep surfing that wave. So I feel, Marie, that as well, that we're actually tapping into the matrix almost, to this energetic grid, and we can see the shift in it. It's palpable. So that's phenomenal. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
And that's interesting you say that, Marie, because it's like I get given dreams the morning of this show, and particularly if they need to be communicated and they're very significant. And I'll just mention it now because it is so relevant. I was standing on the edge of a cliff and I saw huge waves. The ocean was massive. Huge waves were coming in and a rolling swell. And I saw a big wave at the back and I thought, oh, this is going to be huge. This could actually hit. But it sort of, we didn't feel it. It just went through us almost, but it came and hit the back of this single-story wooden building we were in front of. And then I looked again. I thought, oh, there's another big one coming. This is time to get out of here. And we had been warned not to stand near the cliff. But it dragged myself and another person. The wave hit and I was washed out into a massive swell, crazy ocean. 3 days later, I went looking for myself and this other person. And as I went out into the water, must have been on a boat, the waters were really calm and there were hundreds of dolphins making their way in towards me. And then just behind the back in amongst the dolphins was what looked like a lighthouse or a buoy in the water. And I knew that's where the sanctuary had been for those people, which was myself and someone else washed away. And so, I felt that this is all about emotion and riding a wave. And I gave into it as well when I got pulled off the cliff. It was like, well, what can I do?
So you surrendered.
With it. Yes. Yeah. And so that and then the dolphins must have been so significant in that as well. It's like that whole communication. And I think that goes back to what we sort of started tapping on last week about colours.
Yes, the dolphin, definitely, because the dolphin is frequency. So the dolphin, to me, if I look at the animal magic cards, and even just, I love dolphins, but they have a frequency, and it's helping the grid lines of the earth. The whales and dolphins actually run those sacred grid lines and keep them clear of distortion. But also it's about communication. So dolphins are about communication and our inner child, and it's healing inner child wounding. So that's fascinating. And the fact with the emotional aspect that your dream came through as well. So that's that's a very powerful dream. And the boy, like you said, or the lighthouse, it's a safety, it's a beacon of warning or somewhere safe to be. Wow. And you always do get a dream that is not just for you, that is actually for
exactly.
And it's
I knew this was a big one.
And Angel Laurie's dream was similar. I love it. So this is like in when I looked at it, and I was sort of just obviously subconsciously decoding as I went through and typed it in. So so I feel that there is something that is going to be really triggering our emotional bodies, and there has to be a releasing, especially for people that aren't maybe as awake and aware of what's going on. And that's where we hold our light. And that's our role, is to just love and hold our light and be strong. So, yes, Christine, Nick does have amazing dreams.
I do.
Show. So funny. Christina.
Yes, definitely something shifting everywhere, feeling like something huge is around the corner. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And can I also add to that dream at the very end, before I woke up, the song that was playing again and again in my head, which has got really simple lyrics, was "Burning Ring of Fire." And I've had that before, and it's like, for some people it's going to feel like that, falling into a ring of fire. but then I had this vision of, because the water and the fire cancel each other out and bring it back into some sort of a balance. So I thought there's going to be this riding of a wave, quite significant, to and fro, back and forth for some people,
Yes.
and more of our awareness of it than anything, you know.
I agree. And, you know, when we look at fire is purification as well. Fire
Yes.
is burning off, purification. So, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's a really powerful dream. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that. Perfect timing. So,
It was.
yeah, so if you've had any dreams at all or any synchronicities, guys, that you've noticed through the week, or any thoughts that are popping in, just share them, because what it does is I think it helps to seed all of us so that we then can actually maybe tap into something that we weren't recognizing that maybe needed to be tapped into. So it's so wonderful to share. And but what I think we'll do first is we'll go to Angel Laurie's dream, because I really feel it does blend in a little as well with what we've been talking about, which is always the case. And then today, what I'm going to do is, because we're really tapping more into our own energetic field, because of course, remember, we're all connected. So when we understand, know, and can actually strengthen our own energetic aura, our chakras, then I feel that it's like we aren't so impacted from others. So I have these beautiful chakra cards. So what I'm going to do today, once we've talked through whatever's come up, I'm going to pull one of the cards with the intention for all of us, what is for our highest will and good, which chakra is it for us to work with today, and then I'm going to run a meditation for us. So I thought that would work in beautifully with what we've been discussing even last week.
Right. That's exciting, Marie. Is that a new pack for you, or have you had those for a while?
No, a friend gave me these ages ago, and I haven't used them for ages. And this will happen for me. I'll go through cycles working with different energy and different cards. But I just got the hit when I woke up this morning. That's right. I've got beautiful chakra cards. I've actually got some other gorgeous chakra cards. They're not chakra. Yeah, they're chakra cards, but they're more associated with the actual crystal. They're beautiful as well. So, but I thought I'll start with these today, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So, but we'll go and have a look at. Let me just pop down here and see. Oh, Kathleen's on. Hi, gorgeous.
Hi, Kathleen.
Oh, so yeah, I'll let you read that one.
Hi, everyone. No dreams, I remember, this past week, but situation with Florida hurricane heavy on my mind and heart.
Yeah, it's been pretty huge from what I've been reading and seeing as well, Kathleen. And you know, it's devastating. I mean, we have them here where we've had a whole town wiped out, literally. Like, it was horrific. Like, the water was up above the electrical lines. It was just horrific, and people are still going through trying to rebuild and trauma. And this is like 2 years later. So my heart really goes out to anyone involved in that. And and the other thing is as well, again, it's water. It's
yes.
Emotional cleansing, and the earth, she's just, you know, and the skies, it's just this huge cleansing going on. And even if there's intervention, you know, even if there's some human aspect of that, it's still a way of nature as well. So so lots of prayers to those beautiful people.
Sending our love to you all there. We experience similar things here, and every time that happens, you know, all you want to do is come together.
Yeah,
that's what it makes me feel like.
And help. Yeah, I know. But you know, it's these tragedies and traumas and huge changes that actually help, I think, bring out the best of humanity, to help our heart to open, to just get rid of all the barriers and all the fake walls that we've been indoctrinated with. Everything goes out the window, and it all comes from the heart. That's what I feel these situations to do as well. So so are you okay, Kathleen? I don't know that you live in Florida, but so just let us know. Okay, so let's go to Angel Laurie's dream. Now, I've really cut this down, so Angel Laurie, please forgive me if I've done a lot of I had to do some editing with it. So, but the gist of it comes across. So, all right.
So Angel Laurie has written, post-apocalyptic era, I saw humanity devastated and no one had a permanent home anymore. And everyone that survived all of the nuclear type wars lived a very nomadic existence. Some people still wanted semblance of ownership of privacy. This resulted in people claiming bathroom stalls in any building that was left standing, no matter how dilapidated the structure was. People would search for a bathroom to be able to claim a stall. I don't even know if the toilets actually worked in these stalls. I claimed one of these stalls as someone checked to see if they were taken. Then I looked up, growing atop the stainless steel bathroom stall door was mold. It was like fluffy cotton candy, but it was light grey, and my internal alarm said, that's mold, unlike anything I've ever seen before. Then I heard the words, virulent mold. I wanted to get out as I thought it may have been in my lungs.
So this is really interesting, but I'm going to actually put up Angel Laurie's comment and then her decode afterwards. I think they're really well done. So
she said, my feeling was this was a breach of ancient protective portals in some realm. The mold decode breaks down dead organic matter, is a serious health risk in home and can trigger breathing issues, unresolved issues emotionally, time to resolve these. Would be surrounded by toxic relationships. Didn't feel like this was a personal message, as have I strengthened my personal boundaries.
And Angel Laurie, I agree with you, but I feel too, when I was getting, again, I feel this is what is happening maybe for us here because of all of the interference, indoctrination, and all of the templates that have been laid down that haven't been for humanity's best interest. I feel that this could be a shift and change. And we've had mold growing literally, within our whole system, within our whole society. And I know there's been breaches of our portals, as well. So I feel, though, it's also a very personal message for all of us, not just you. And I think it's like Nick's message. I really feel there's a correlation here. So I don't know, Nick, what are your thoughts with that?
It straight away took me to a time where we've experienced something previously like this. And maybe we got so deep into it that it actually becomes so overwhelming that it's like no matter where you go and look, it's devastation. But I feel this time that's probably there to just as a reminder to say that I just feel like it's like a trigger, but we're not meant to be reacting the same way as we probably did before.
Yeah.
It's about, okay, let's get our wits together now and let's do something that's going to help heal this. So to close off those portals, to prevent anything from influencing us. We have control now.
Yeah.
And maybe that's I just felt that was tapping back into something that's already happened in the past.
Like another timeline, like Angel Laurie was saying. I agree. And I also feel too that sometimes on a personal level, this can be helping heal an aspect of us that has experienced that timeline. And this is why we're so powerful in this reality now for us. We can actually do that. So, and 90% of the clearing and healing and change is the awareness of it. So they didn't have mold in our beautiful Betty Bethard's book, but the fungus, I looked up fungus, and that's unhealthy emotions, disease, and disharmony. So, so I think you've got it right there, Angel Laurie, and it is. And even though I know you have got your personal boundaries up now, and you've been through really big changes and lessons with your relationships, I feel this is maybe another timeline that's being healed. It was interesting too. Bathrooms. What are bathrooms for? What are toilets for? They're for releasing toxic, clearing, all of that. And this is what I feel we're doing also on a whole earth level. This is the clearing out. We've got to get rid of this old, right down to the tiny bits of mold that are sort of up in a corner. It's got to be cleared out. Otherwise, it'll just reinfect. And I feel this is what we're all going through. And this is why we are bringing in this amazingly powerful energy within us to then be the ones that can just get rid of that, whatever it is. And we can do that with our heart, with our intention. So that clearing, we definitely, absolutely can create that clearing and healing so that the new can be absolutely shiny and bright. And the silver, because it was stainless silver, you had silver walls. To me, the silver is the feminine. So if we look at our lines of force, our energy, it's silver is feminine. So if any, yeah, look, so it was an amazing dream, and there's always so much in there. So, yeah, so look, I feel this is always a message for us personally, and then a message also for consciousness from another realm that I don't feel we have. We're going through it, but it's much more gentle than that. This time around, I feel what we're going through, it's like a first. It's almost like this. It hasn't happened like this before. We're still here. You know, people keep saying, oh, in 2046, there's going to be another wipeout. You know how they say there's a Phoenix event every 100 and something years. I don't believe that this time. I actually don't believe that this time. And I think this is the first time in history that it's not going to have to happen. So that's me, and that's what I'm creating. I know that we are so powerful, and so that's what we focus on. So,
it's funny you said that about the silver. I got Stop the Spread when you said silver, and it's like we're not playing this movie again the same way, because you don't fight fire with fire. It's like, don't step into the same traps as before, but we know that now because we're coming into a whole new way of being, and that silver is pushing that through. And it's basically saying, we're stopping this now. And we're doing it our way with grace and love, you know, and it's going to cancel it all out.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I just love that these dreams, and you know, there's that thread through them, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it. So thanks for sharing that, Angel Laurie. It's really, really, it's really cool. And yeah, it's like I feel it's going to be different for some people. The changes that are going to happen and the truth that comes out, it will feel apocalyptic. It will feel like that. You know, for us, you know, as Nick was saying, we're the warriors. We're standing there. It's okay. We know what's going on. We surrender to it rather than giving it power. We surrender to what's happening. Yeah, so that's beautiful. So, okay, so that's an interesting question from Christina.
Do you believe, Marie, that we used to have this wipeout of people, Phoenix thing, every 100 years or so?
Yeah, Christina, just with the research I've done and just the tapping into different situations and other lifetimes I've experienced, I do feel that like that. I feel like we can simplify it and say it's a video game and a level's been wiped out so we can restart again with different characters and different energetic setups. So I do feel at some level, yeah, that we did. I'd love to know what everyone else feels so about that. But just the research I've done, I tend to get drawn along a line. When I've asked a question about things, it's like I get drawn along a line. Now, remember, way back, they used to have a knowing that the earth was actually not round, was flat. And then when we were told, oh, it's round, we'd go, how stupid were they? Oh, my God, fancy that. You know, there was just this sense of condescension, wasn't it, really? So, you know, I believe there has been flips. And, you know, plasma, I know plasma's got definitely something to do with it because, like they say that there's plasma waters above the firmament, and that's what can happen is when this shift happens, this plasma comes through, and that's why there's different species of animals. I have watched some amazing documentaries on this, and there's different species of animals where different aspects of the earth plane didn't get as wiped out as others, and that's why we have different animals. You know, it makes sense, doesn't it, really, when you think about it? Of course, they then evolved or changed or stayed depending on what the environment was around them, which is what happened. So, but let me know, guys. Yeah. So, and it's interesting because Kathleen's popped this up.
Kathleen said, so agree, Marie and Nick, with Twitter and TikTok, etc. Seems like more and more people are being reached, that they are the ones who have the power. I'm seeing it more and more. Okay, good.
Which is wonderful. So, you know, and these ones that came through, they've had a really hard time. You know, the ones in their 20s now, they've had a really tough time. They've got this incredible fifth dimensional template within them. And yet they had to deal with this heavy, heavy, heavy 3D energy and all the lies, and they knew something was going on. They're the ones that have been doing these things to the most because they knew that, but they're just going to burst out of that, and they are already. And I agree with you, Kathleen. Yeah, what are your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, well, I have nephews a bit older, but in their 20s, and I see that in them. And that they're not like, obviously they're not fully awake in terms of everything that's perhaps going on, because they're still battling that of what you said, of what they've been through. And it has been hard for them in a sense. Well, no different to us. I mean, I'm sure we've experienced similar sort of things, but it's like when you're on the precipice of change, but you've still got to ride that same old truck that's, dragging you along, kicking up dirt in your face, and it's not particularly comfortable, and that. But just on the horizon, there's got to be something better, and you may not be able to see it just yet, but it's there. And for them, that's the feeling I get when I talk to them. But they completely know that they're not. I mean, they don't follow the same patterns. They do their own thing. They don't care what people think. They just go and do their own thing now, and I like that. And it's like, great. Let's all embrace that and have a respect for it as well.
Well, they're the ones that have broken you have to get a job, stay in it all your life, do this, do that. They're like, no, I'm going to go and experience that. Then I'm going over there to experience that. They're just these free souls. They don't care, like you said. They don't care, which is awesome. So that's what we need to actually break down this indoctrination that's been going on for so long. So,
exactly. And they're also quick to understand that the whole social media that was really directed at them, even though it started with things like Facebook many years ago, they're also even though they take part in it, they're very critical about it as well.
Oh, yeah. They don't hold back.
They're really discerning, and they go, this is wrong the way these people do this and that and what they say, or I'm not going to be part of this anymore, and then they just cancel out. They don't contribute. So it's very interesting how we will know in time that we'll look at this situation and we'll have a much better understanding of it all.
Totally. And the other thing that I've often felt and known is that these souls have waited eons to come back into a time where they then could start to filter into this beautiful frequency that is being activated within the earth. And I know that because whenever I do healings on ladies that want to get pregnant, it's like they have to have their whole frequency shifted to be able to take in the soul. And it's amazing. So just having watched that over the last literally 20 years has been absolutely phenomenal. So and so that's why I don't feel there will be a wipeout this time. So, and it's interesting because of what Christine's saying.
Because just yesterday Ryan said that as well, out of nowhere, and now you said it too, I can believe it's true, especially with the Tartaria being more and more explored in a way. Yeah,
absolutely. It's so but I look, and I think there are many timelines, and I think people can choose whatever is right for their soul experience to go through. I'm just going to have this whole beautiful new world. I'm choosing because I'm done, man. That's all so old and boring. Let's bring on the clean and free, exciting, and really tap into our beautiful true self. It was interesting because something just popped up. I think it was yesterday, and the words that came up on this little saying were, universe or God, show me my true worth. And I just went, of course, because we might go, oh, yes, I'm worthy, but it's all done from an ego sort of subconscious level. But I just felt it when I surrendered, and I just said, you show me my true worth. I went, that just takes all the pressure off me from my ego or whatever, because we've forgotten that we are this absolutely beautiful, incredible, pure, energetic aspect, of our creator. So I went, I like that. So that's something that I'm just going to be playing with. So which is because then I did.
Sorry, Marie. I know there's a bit of a time lag for me at the moment. It seems, I know. There seems to be. I pulled a card as a representation of what's been just going on. And it's interesting. I pulled that perfection card.
Love it.
And it's so true. It's basically we are perfect because we are made in the true essence of all that is. So there's no judgment really. There's no criticism of it. It just is. We're just having this experience. So therefore we should just learn to accept it and love ourselves and love each other. You know, this is where we flip it. This is where we don't engage anymore. We don't feed any of that other stuff anymore. We just say, and when you're talking about all the things, yes, I'm fully aware of the fact now that I probably wasn't once of all the stuff that's going on around the world. But I'm just focused on the new. I want to see what we've been missing out on.
Exactly.
You know, that connection with the understanding of our buildings, all the frequencies that have been introduced into those buildings back then that we've lost. I think we'll step into something new as well. We're not, you know, people say, oh, they're going to come back. Well, they're still there. Like that Santa Maria Sagrada, I don't really know if that's what it's called. The really beautiful old Charterian building.
In Florence.
Is it in Florence or is it in Spain?
I don't know. There's a couple. There's one in Florence as well. And you know, when I was, before I even really truly understood everything, when I was in Florence, I've been there 3 times now. I went up and I would just sit on those stairs and just write in my diary. I just didn't want to leave the energy. And then later on, I realized that there was energetic grid lines that ran through all the old city, but that was built on the biggest vortex, and the way it was built, the energy it held. I went, this is like 7th dimensional. We had lunch across the road from it one day and we were all just staring up at it.
Yeah.
Like we were all just high because of this incredible frequency. Yeah. So absolutely, they've been built, and they say, oh, that was the what was the name of the Renaissance period? No, that was high frequency. That was a whole other realm. That was when we were there. So we're going to go beyond that. You're right, Nick.
Yes, we are going to go beyond that because that was right for then. And first, sometimes we just have to do the baby steps to understand that and to see that. But to be honest, it's like, because I've been researching it, and I haven't even tried to research, to be honest. Some of it's just been coming up into my awareness as well. But I know it's there, and when it gets presented in a way that you know, more and more people wonder, oh, that's what they were really for. Okay, so what they said that they were places of religious worship is not the case, and blah blah blah. It's like I'm already over there. You know, I'm in the new world. And so I sometimes do realize that I have to come back a little bit because people haven't even made that first step yet. And it's with the animals, the same. Yes. You only have to look at old pictures, paintings, tapestries, and have a look closely at some of those creatures that are in there. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not creatures that we've seen in our normal environment. They're whole mixtures of things. So, you know, they had to have come from somewhere.
Exactly. I agree. So the world is our lobster. Christine, exactly.
Florence is so different or magical. That's the Duomo, isn't it? The Duomo.
No, that's Saint Maria. That's Saint Maria's as well, the one I'm thinking of. But the Duomo, I've been to so many of them now, I get confused. But Florence, I remember we stayed in Florence for the last 2 weeks of one of my mystery schools, and it was my 50th birthday. So, oh my God, it was just amazing. And every time we'd walk back from the old city to where we were staying in our hotel, there was this incredible shop, and they did carvings like out of marble, like, and at the front of it, you would think it was just a room, like it just had but it went back so far, and there was intricate carvings of angels and animals, and there was like 10 feet tall ones as well. I would get so altered when I was in there because of this energy. It was one of my favorite places to stop on the way back to the hotel, and every time I've been there, I've found that shop and gone back into it. It's amazing. So if anyone ever goes to Florence, I can tell you. So it's very magical, Christina. Absolutely magical. There's something about it. It's just beautiful. Oh yeah, is it? Yeah. So much there, like amazing. So yeah. So and Kathleen, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're in California. So yeah. So okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do the chakras. So I've got and we all know most of us are. Do you reckon it's okay if I put me up?
Please.
Yeah, and I'll just have to. Yeah, perfect. So remember our chakras. So we have our base chakra, our navel chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. So we're all pretty probably okay with that. But what I'm going to do now is just shuffle the cards, and I'm going to see for today. I'm just doing a little connection into my divine self, my higher self, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to ask for anyone that's watching, for all of us here in this moment of time, on this timeline, what card, what chakra, what energy is the best for us to be doing some clearing, healing, and rejuvenating and balancing today, please. Thank you. And sometimes they'll just jump out. Oh, something's really, I have to take that one. Oh my God, I had to. It was, my hand was just zinging.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to believe this. Of course you will. It's card number 18, but it's love. So this is the heart, and this is what we always are talking about. The heart is in the middle of all the chakras. To me, the heart chakra is where where all of our, if we have pain in our body, I feel this is where it's released through the etheric from the physical. So to me, the heart is really important. So I'm just gonna have a look and see if, and I'll talk through it more, and then we'll do a little meditation. But I'm just going to see if there's anything in the book, because I always find a word or two will jump out that's really relevant. Actually, while I'm doing that, I'll have a look at that and see what energy do you feel jumping out. If anyone has a little bit of has a word drop in or has a feeling or whatever, just pop it in there. So 10 years on. Hi, I forgot to send you the link. Sorry, honey. Okay. And this is, I'm going to read this because it just feels so right. So love, heart chakra. You've called upon this card today as a reminder that love is all you need. Your true essence and every single cell in your being vibrates to the powerful essence of love. You may be going through a challenging time at present, such as relationships, challenging family, some breakdowns, or personal challenges. Love is always the key to your current situation. It's time to bring the focus back to love and to what is important and true for you. Love is the biggest healer of all and has the power to create miracles in your life. It is very easy to sway from the essence of love, especially in our crazy, fast-paced lives. But you can never venture too far from this powerful essence because you are love. It resonates in every cell of your being. So it's time to open and allow this energy to flow into your world and into those challenges that you are experiencing. Do what is required to become open to this love. Do you need some time for you? A holiday, a change of job, a deep, honest conversation with someone? Whatever it is, gift yourself that time and space with love. No matter what someone has or hasn't done, including yourself, we are all deserving of love in all its forms. Okay. So the affirmation is, I am love and love is me. So I'm going to pop that into our actual meditation at some point as well, because I really like that. Okay. All right. So, oh, wow, beautiful. So Kathleen, upper fire on the left. Yes, so that would be your left there, I presume. Yes. And it's almost like that transmutation of something coming through, isn't it? So that's what fire is for me. It's like, let's get rid of this. So, and Marie's peace. So what's Kathleen said?
Kathleen has said, I have been doing a lot of clearing of thought patterns and emotions connected to them. So that's probably why.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're not alone, you know, everything can get cleared through that beautiful heart, through the heart chakra.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I know, Christine, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Look at what we've been talking about. It's all about
Mm,
ourselves
mm,
and love and staying in that beautiful strength and that we're more than what we know, and it's all
mm,
through our heart. The heart is
yeah,
what makes
mm,
us human. It really does.
Mm.
So interesting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually just run a little meditation. Now, for everyone watching this afterwards, you can still run this meditation. I'm going to be running frequency and energy as we do it. So it's not going to take very long, but it's just something that's so simple and so lovely. So I'm just going to chat it through. Okay, I don't prepare for stuff like this. I just go into my heart, literally, and just follow whatever comes through. Oh, Jasper wants to come through. Jasper wants to sit on my knee as we do this. Thanks, Jazzy. Okay. So everyone, unless you're driving or if you're doing something that you can't sit down and relax, just do sit down and relax and pop your feet in the ground. Get yourself comfortable. If you want to lie down, perfect, lie down. And just let yourself just close your eyes. Take a big breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, let yourself drop more and more into your body. Another breath in. And this time, as you let that breath out, take your intention and your awareness deep into that beautiful heart space, wherever that may be for you. Just allow your intention to go there. And now we're going to ask and see, sense, or feel a vibrant white light beginning to birth deep within our heart space. This white light has such beautiful cleansing power and rejuvenating power. It just knows where to go because of its consciousness. See it begin to shine brightly from deep within that heart space, that heart chakra. And it begins to expand more and more. And as it expands out, it clears away anything that's painful, anything that's dross or heavy, anything that's not of love gets released into this powerful, purifying white light. It just keeps on expanding through your whole being until every cell in your body is vibrating with this powerful white light. It keeps expanding out into your energy field, again releasing, dissolving any cords or hooks that are not of love, clearing, transmuting, bringing through a sense of peace. And while this white light continues to help rejuvenate and balance you, in your mind's eye, see, sense, or feel a beautiful green emerald, a crystal, the energy of that just dropping into your heart space. Notice how that feels. And then you see, sense, or feel a sapphire, resonating blue, dropping into your heart space. And then see, sense, or feel a specific crystal called chrysocolla. The energy of that begins to shift and mold and heal your heart until it gently opens deeper, more fully, to express the love that you truly are and to allow the love of God, of the universe, of your Creator to expand. I am love, and love is me. This sense of being, this wholeness, then connects in to your mind. See, sense, or feel a silver spiral beginning to gently weave its way through your third eye. Again, opening up, clearing, releasing. And as this happens, your heart and your mind begin to connect on a much deeper level. Your divine wisdom begins to merge. Feel where this is happening for you within your body or within your energy field. Feel and sense the ripples of energy within you and surrounding you. And now overflowing into the pool of consciousness that we are all connected to. And now see, sense, or feel that vibrant white light that we started with, beginning to weave throughout this whole new consciousness. Know that you always have access to this sense of peace, of wisdom, and of love. This is who you truly are. And when you're ready, gently begin to wriggle your toes, to focus on your breath, and allow yourself to come back into the here and now, bringing with you that new sense of wonder and wisdom. Okay.
Thank you. That's like a mic drop there, isn't it, really?
Oh, that's so beautiful. Just, I don't know how, I mean, sometimes we don't, everyone feels differently to others. It's our unique gifts. So some of us feel, some of us sense, some of us see. So it doesn't matter how that resonates for you. It's always perfect. So again, going back to Nick's perfection card. So that was our chakra today, is love. So maybe this week we can actually go to bed and have the intention, or before we go to sleep, have the intention of knowing that, you know, and asking for our heart to be opened within our dream more, so that we can connect to that divine love and to that divine wisdom. Yeah.
It's interesting how Christine has put a comment up there. She says, I've been doing lots of crown work.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's interesting because when you were doing that meditation, to me, that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to reverse it the way that we've been taught, which was to use our mind, and the heart just sits separate. It's an emotion thing. It's not the same. Yeah. But to merge the two together so that this is still the driver, and this is what determines how this will work and how it appears outside. So, yeah, I agree, Christine. I've been constantly trying to remember to drop into my heart, always drop into my heart. And every thought that comes into my head, if it's not from a place of love, then why not? And then I can change it within a second and just drop it back. And once you do that, it's always amazing, isn't it, how it just changes what appears for you. You can see the good in everything then, because it just is. It just is the way it's meant to be, without any sort of anything tied up in it. And that's great that you're doing that work, because I think it's so easy for us to stay in our heads at the moment, especially with all this information that's coming at us. And all we have to do is sit back and just drop into our heart. And it just automatically puts a smile on my face when I think about that, you know. Everything's going to be fine.
It
It already is.
Yeah, totally. And it's interesting because years ago when I was doing some work with my heart and my mind together, it's like it came to a place, and it was probably about that far between out from my heart and my mind that joined, and there was a point here, and I went, oh, that's the divine mind point. And I got given a name for it, but of course I didn't remember it, did I? But that's so when I'm having trouble like dropping into my heart, if I'm in my head, coming to that middle point here to me works. Oh, it's like I can breathe again. So that might be something that helps people as well. So yeah, these are just things over the years that I've experimented with myself and just come into that awareness. So Christina's
she said, love dropping the sapphire into the heart. It seems to have a whole new level of depth and intensity, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so the heart has to me it has three chambers, three deep chambers. So we go from the green into I think it's the light blue into the pink. So we're getting more and more compassion in our perspective, more and more knowing, divine knowing. So, oh, that's interesting. Someone else, the sapphire. I got shown the sapphire. I went, okay, we'll do sapphire.
Yeah, no, that felt right. Wow, Marie, that was deep. When you said sapphire, I remembered my mum in a dark blue shirt as a kid and wanting a hug from her. She wasn't a hugger. So it was so healing, though, because I just felt her love.
Yeah, beautiful, absolutely. I know. And colour and the energy and frequency with each colour really can trigger things in us and heal as well. So, yeah. So, thanks guys for your feedback.
Wow. The white light was like fire pulsating for me. Adding the emerald and the sapphire made it stronger. Yeah.
Beautiful. And see how simple it is, just trust if you know you need to do something to rebalance or whatever, just go into that beautiful contemplative state. I think the word meditation sometimes freaks people out. It's just contemplation, breath, drop it into your body, and then ask God, whatever you want to call it, what is it I need? Can you show me? Thank you for being here with me. And then, you'll get what it is you need. But you can just run that one if you want, to bring yourself into a more balanced, peaceful state. Yeah. And it's funny, I used to do meditations all the time and run energy. Now I'm finding that I just feel like I'm just in that moment a lot of the time. I don't need to actually go in. So when I actually do go in and like channel through whatever it is that's needed, it's beautiful. And I'm going, oh yeah, but I'm often in that space just naturally. I feel this is where we're getting to.
Yes.
Of course, we're going to have little experiences and triggers and initiations, yet we can actually go into that space if we choose to, just like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's certainly the case. That way you can just do it anywhere. All you do is set an intention, instant.
Completely.
Yeah, we were gifted with this within us when we came here. That's what we have in us. We have this ability to do this. So, once you just realize that, it can happen within a second. You can flick it like that. Just like, oh, that's right. It's just trying to lock out the old patterns of thinking and working through it that way.
Totally. And, and it's who we truly are, which is the message that's been coming through stronger and stronger, who we truly are. So, yeah, look, just, so actually Jazzy keeps yelling at me, so I'm going to have to pick Jasper up because he wants to say something. All right, my friend, come on, have a chat. Let's have it. You wanted to show us something. He's funny, honestly. You are funny, Jasper. Okay, so what he's showing me, it's really interesting because he hasn't used this before. He's actually showing me, it's like when there's snow and you have those snow plows that go ahead of all the cars. He's showing me that, but in Australia, we don't tend to have that because we don't have as much snow as you guys over there. We have some areas, but he's showing me what we call a grader, and he's doing it with like all this gravel and dirt, and it's making a clear road for us all to follow. So it's like there's something at the moment that's really clearing the way for us. And he's giggling, going, it's going to be fun. So that's really interesting. I haven't had this sort of thing from Jasper with that clarity.
Yeah.
Definitely something ahead of us but it's clearing the path for us. So we might still be walking on a bit of snow, or we might still be walking on a dirt path, but it's clear. And it's doing it. He's showing me it's doing a turn to the right. So this is really interesting. So there you have it. his little message for today.
Oh, how exciting is that? Now there's something to really feel into, isn't it?
He usually takes me
ahead?
yeah, what's going on spiritually with, well, it is spiritual as well. I feel that we are getting this clearer path that we can have more fun on, because we're not fighting our way through the rocks and the snow and the
exactly.
Yeah. So thanks, Jazzy.
Oh, fantastic. What a great message.
I know, it's a great message. Yeah. So and I feel like our heart can lead our own way for that as well.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. And stay grounded as well, because I was grounding everyone in when I was running the energy. So and my feet are tingling. So remember, stay grounded, stay here, stay present, be here.
Yes, exactly.
So, well, I think we might finish soon. So if anyone else wants to say anything, pop it in the comments. And Nick, is there anything you want to finish with, honey?
Well, I just thought it was really interesting, and I pulled this off my bookshelf because I've never opened it. And I went they opened up a new library up here in our area. Actually, I always think of libraries when I step into them as bibliothèque, because that's the German word for it. And it's sort of it represents a little bit more of what it really is and was. But anyway, believe it or not, they were getting rid of a whole heap of books. I don't know why. They were brand new. And they had a shelf, and they said, just, take some, you'll get like 5 for $1 or something like that. And
wow.
They must have just didn't want this section in the library, because every book that I had, it was all to do with, there was channeling books, all sorts of other things.
Oh, well,
this one, and I just thought I should get this one out and start reading it. It's about.
Oh my goodness, that's brilliant.
And I don't really recall looking at it at all when I got it. I was just in a process of doing something really quickly, and I grabbed as many as I could that were sort of along those lines. And it's like, and there's no section in the library that deals with any of this stuff, funny enough.
That's really meant to be. Don't you love it? That little synchronicities, Nick. That's incredible. Remember, I really feel we do create our world as we're in it.
Yes,
we do create our world as we focus on things. So, hey.
So I'm going to look at the heart part of it, and I just love how the fact that it's so true. Look where the heart chakra sits. It's right in the middle.
The middle
of everything.
It's at the core. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm so grateful that came up today. I mean, it was just zinging like you've got no idea when I pulled that card. So well, thanks everyone for being here. Fabulous. We'll do another chakra next week. We'll see what comes up next week. See what's happening as well. But keep having your intentions before your dreams at night, and see what happens. But and thank you, Nick, again for being here. And we love you all.
Thanks, everybody else. Love to you all. Big heart opening.
Definitely. Bye.
Bye.